The problem of the end times is the concern of many of our Protestant brethren, to the point that sometimes they are called the prophet of doom. But I appreciate our Protestant pastors from this point of view of awaiting the coming of the Messiah and also awaiting the coming of the Antichrist. And what is the reason? Why should we be concerned? Why should there be this spirit of urgency? Why do we need to have the spirit of vigilance? Is that threatening people? Because sometimes I am also accused of frightening people when I speak to them about the Antichrist, when I speak to them about the end times. And they will tell me, Father, there's no end times. Come on, relax, take it easy, enjoy. Yet, it's very clear in the gospel. You do not know the day nor the hour when the Son of Man comes. And those who are put in charge of the flock, and they did not prepare the flock when Christ comes again, that might be death, that might be the second coming, we will be responsible. So now you tell me, I am threatening people. It is gospel, precisely. We are against the gospel. We are against Jesus Christ. We are pro-Antichrist if we do not have the spirit of vigilance. I mentioned yesterday about the spirit of vigilance in our Article 12. But there is another reason why the spirit of vigilance is more urgent than before. And I will read now Article 14 of our Constitutions, which says, the missionary spirit. Members will not spare anything to seek for the lost sheep. So what happens in the Antichrist? This is gospel truth. This is Catechism of the Catholic Church. This is not my invention. Now, if you're reading the gospel truth, if you are really intelligent, as you claim to, then you're right. You must manage by objective, MBO. So what is the objective? Before Christ will come again, 3 years the Antichrist will come. And when he comes, it will be an era of apostasy. Because even the sheep will go with the Antichrist and will be lacerated by the Antichrist. Our Lady of Fatima already forewarned us that even the faithful, even the strong ones will side with the Antichrist. Now, we are pastors. What are we going to do so that the people under our care will not apostatize? Well, we have to prepare them. We have to prepare them, as Our Lady of Fatima says, as our Pope confirms it. Fatima is 1917. Pius XI is after 1917. He said we must prepare people, and it is mandatory to live a communion of reparation lifestyle. That's why every Friday, First Friday, it is to remind people that time is short. So we prepare them for the 4 elements: Marian, Rosary, Confession, so that they are always ready for the coming. What if the war comes and then the Antichrist reigns? At least they have gone to confession. They're in the state of grace. That is the task of us shepherds. If they are not found in the state of grace, that is our lookout, particularly those under our charges. So for us in the Alliance of the Two Hearts, this is our lookout for all our priests, for all our army of victim priests, for all our coordinators, to make sure that all the peoples under our cares, those whom we have enthroned, make sure that every First Friday they go to confession. Because that's requirement of the Sacred Heart, of the Two Hearts. Now you might say, Father, if they come, if World War III will come, and they will bomb us and destroy us, so be it. Look, this mentality is fatalistic. We are pro-life, man. We are not pro-death. Being pro-life, we will protect life as far as we can. We are not going to allow them to commit suicide because of fear. We will protect them as far as we can. There are many ways of protecting them. Spiritually, also physically. Physically, what did the first Christians do? They hide the weak people in their own dungeons. What do you call these dungeons? It's called catacombs. You know, my bishop is very fond of the catacomb of San Calixto. And he used to be the tourist guide. And he would always tell me, you know, Father Bing, this was the place where the Christians hide under the Roman emperors who are tyrants, who are pro-death, who would like every Christian annihilated in this planet Earth. And I said, Bishop, why did they hide here in the catacombs? 78 kilometers long, with so many wings. How they were able to dig on this volcanic soil and put ventilation. And I was even telling Bishop, oh Bishop, this ventilation is so good. It is so windy inside. And he told me, Bobo, that's air condition. You mean, who put the air condition? Oh, that's modern, 20th century. The government put that. So it was not like this during the time. No. Hey, how come it's windy? Air condition. So I thought it was really the engineering of the first 300 centuries in putting this ventilation so that it's so windy and cool. It was even cooler inside than outside because I said, Bishop, it's so hot outside. We have to put high air condition in the car because it's so hot. But when I was inside, it's so cool, Bishop. Bubo, that's air condition. That's not the ventilation of the first century. And then he was mentioning to me that, you see this area here? This is for the poor Christian. This one's so good, no? With decoration. You know why? These are for the rich. Oh, you mean there are differences also in the catacomb? Yes. You cannot avoid that, Father Bing. And what about this? Oh, this is the chapel. But this is underground. Yeah. 11 priests were martyred there. Why? While they were celebrating Mass for the people. The Roman soldiers went inside the dungeon. But they could not go twice, because somebody will stop them. And you know, the Christians, they learn also how to protect themselves, he said. Oh, really? And so when that was discovered, what happens? They will close that and they will dig another alley. That's why there are so many branches in the catacombs. And the bishop told me, it's only not one floor, 4 floors, 78 kilometers each. How many live in these dungeons? Not just hundreds of thousands. There are 63 catacombs. The 3 biggest, Saint Priscilla, Saint Calixto, Saint Sebastian. Now, who did this? I told the bishop. The pastors. Why? Because they are pro-life. Why? Because they care for the safety of their sheepfold. So it got me really very, very strongly. What's going to happen in the end times? What's going to happen when the Antichrist will reign and ruthlessly will exterminate Christians? To us, shepherds, especially the devotees of the two hearts, we had been given the assignment to prepare the remnant church who will usher the victory of the Immaculate Heart and the Eucharistic reign of the Sacred Heart. If we will not prepare a similar thing like that, then we will be liable. Now, why do we need to hide them? Because we are pro-life, especially the children. They're the future. So we have to give them safety. Is it coming? I'm not saying it's coming today, but it's coming soon. Now, suppose you are hiding there and they don't come. Well, it will come. Who? Jesus. How? Suppose you die of heart attack while hiding. At least you are prepared. What is the preparation? Comrep, regular confession, daily Mass, adoration to the Blessed Sacrament, we will have our pera there. What is pera? No, that's not money. It's perpetual, Eucharistic, reparative adoration. 24 hours in the spirit of vigilance. Now, what happens to the priests who are there inside? Will they hide themselves and keep their life because they're scared? No! When there is time, they will go out and seek after the lost sheep and put into safety those who have nowhere to go and they're not yet found by the Antichrist. Because remember, for 3.5 years, the Antichrist will destroy all the enemies, will chip everybody. It can happen anytime. It will happen on a big event. And claiming that there is a terrorist, the New World Order will take over and will chip everyone. This is not my invention. You look at Revelations chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. Those who are not chipped are not able to transact business, to buy and sell. But what's over Revelation chapter 17? Those who are chipped with 666 in their palms and forehead, when the angel of death, the horseman of the apocalypse, will destroy, because it says there, 1/3 of humanity were chipped. So who will be this 1/3 of humanity? If we are 6.8 billion now, more than 2.2 billion will be chipped. Will you be the one who will be chipped? Be careful. Revelation chapter 17 says, if you are chipped, the horseman of apocalypse, the first horseman of apocalypse, will destroy all those who have 666 in their forearms and in their forehead. You better review your Bible. So, my brothers, if we are priests, we take care of our sheepfold. We start doing things when? Now. How? If you have the will, there will be the way. If we obey the Bible, we obey the message of Fatima, we better start preparing. So this is the message of today. We must prepare now. We are pro-life. While there's still time, we give safety to our flock. And this should be our concern within these next few days, few months. And the best preparation, as I said, is not just physical safety, the spiritual safety. Because while in the process of preparation, somebody gets killed, at least we know he is in the state of grace. And when we have administered the sacrament regularly, sitting like Saint John Vianney, 17 hours every day, catering to all the souls under our care, in frequent confession, giving them daily Mass, opening the Blessed Sacrament adoration, organizing rosary rally to destroy the enemy, then I can tell you the Lord will say what this gospel is telling us in St. Luke chapter 12. Good and faithful servant, come, I'll put you in charge up there in heaven. But if we know what to do already and we did not do it, why? Because we are so lazy. We are procrastinators. He'll say, mañana. He'll say, dumani. He'll say, sakana. Be careful. The gospel tells us, if we know already what to do and we did not do anything, when we die, we will be punished severely. Where? If we are the cause of the spiritual death of a soul that went to hell. Ezekiel says, if we have the possibility to stop them, if we are charged with them and did not do anything, we will follow them. So we have our choice. We leaders of the church, we servants of the church, prepare them now, and then they'll have a happy death, or leave them on their own because we are pro-death. This is at our expense. Well, that's your choice. Choose well. Choose life.